Tim Hughes, that's Brutal Bob Evans, and you're listening to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. It's Money, it's Mike Britt, it's Clyde, and we're going to talk a little wrestling, baby. You guys ready to do this?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, baby. Hype. Happy Thursday to everybody out there in the podcast land.
Yeah, happy Thursday. This is a huge follow-up for us coming off that awesome Jeff Van Camp interview that we did last week. And Clyde, what was your thoughts about all that, brother?
Oh, man, I was intrigued. I think it's one of the best shows we've ever did. And kudos to Mike Britt for making that happen and Mr. Van Camp for coming on. And amazing show, man. I listened to it several times, and if anybody out there that hasn't, you need to give it a listen. Very good stuff there.
Yeah, well said. And Mike, you got any final thoughts on the way that came out? And man, that was just so awesome for Jeff to grace us with a few moments of his time there.
Yeah, man, I thought it was very nice of Jeff, man. If it's even possible, I'm probably a bigger fan now, and I learned a lot out of that too, just listening to Jeff talk, man. Especially his travels with Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. Man, it was just a fantastic interview. I enjoyed it. I enjoy going back and listening to it, man. So we appreciate everybody out there that's liked it and subscribed and listened to it, man. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, well said, guys, and I don't mean this in any kind of rude way, but the interview took so many twists and turns. It almost came off as like a Forrest Gump type story, man. It's like you didn't know what this guy was going to be doing next in his life. You know what I mean? I mean, he's done it all, brother.
Oh, absolutely. It was like a box of chocolates. You just didn't know what you was going to get.
You didn't. And speaking of not knowing what we're going to get, guys, we got a lot to talk about in today's show. We're going to go over the AEW Fyter Fest, how you can watch it for free. Going to touch a little bit on some of the matches in that. We're each going to give our thoughts on the WWE Stomping Grounds. Going to touch on some of these Extreme Rules matches that have possibly been set up already. Jinder Mahal is re-signed with WWE. Going to play a little bit of random wrestling knowledge with Clyde in segment number 2. And in segment number 3, we're going to talk a little bit of wrestling conspiracies and then talk about some underpaid WWE stars. So you gentlemen ready to hop into this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it.
I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but this Saturday, AEW will be streaming Fyter Fest for free on, I think, Bleacher Report Live. You guys can check that out. And, all kinds of cool matches. We got Darby Allin versus Cody. I mean, the Young Bucks are teaming up with Kenny Omega. And we've also got the return of Johnny Moxley versus Joey Janela. And, Clyde, what's your thoughts on Fyter Fest? You plan on tuning in, brother?
Oh, yeah. My Saturday's planned now. I can't wait, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it, AEW, John Moxley, all these other guys. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe we'll see somebody else show up that you wouldn't think would be there. So 100% for sure I'll be checking that out Saturday.
Yeah, I guess you're hoping that some kind of cult of personality shows up, brother. But Mike, are you going to be checking that out Saturday? And you got any thoughts on it, brother?
Oh, most definitely, man. I'm just like Clyde, man. I'm really looking forward to it. And I just got to tell you, that's my favorite F word, man. Free, baby. Bring it on.
That's right, dude. Free. I love it. Free, baby. And yeah, I'm sure people were dropping some F words watching the action on was it last Sunday when Stomping Grounds went down. And did you guys get a chance to take that in? And Clyde, what was your thoughts overall? The show as a whole. Do you want to go ahead and rate it out of 10?
Well, you know me, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 10. I love my pro wrestling, man. I enjoyed the show. I wish Alexa would have come out with the title there. Other than that, of course, I was happy to see Kofi come out on top there. I thought it was a great show, man. I'd give it a 10, all together.
10 out of 10. I love it. Mike Britt, your thoughts about the show, brother, and if you'd be so kind as to rate it for us.
Oh, well, I got to tell you, man, I just love wrestling, and I love wrestling on Sundays. And I thought it was a good, solid show, man. I would give it a high 8 out of 10. I would probably give it. But I enjoyed it, man. I love the finish with Kofi at the end jumping over Dolph like that. I thought that was a good finish. And I got to say, Roman had a nice dive, too, there in his match.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I thought it was a pretty good show. I'm going to go 8 out of 10. I will say this, though, in which I found to be kind of odd. Not that the whole card wasn't pretty solid top to bottom, but the first half of the show just blew me away far more than the second half of the show. I don't know if you had the same thoughts or not, Clyde. And just I really truly enjoyed that the moment between Daniel Bryan and Big Otis in the ring when he was hulking up, taking those yes kicks. And I don't know, what did you think about the first half of the show as opposed to the second half, Clyde?
I loved it, man. I thought it was pretty even kill all the way through. Like I was saying earlier, of course, I was the most excited to see Kofi defend his title, and like Mike said, that spot where he jumped through, man, that was just awesome. I don't know whose idea that was, but it was a golden idea, brother.
Yeah, awesome way to end the match. Mike, am I alone, brother? Was the first half of the show a little better than the second half, or was the whole thing pretty good all the way through for you?
I thought it had a pretty nice flow, but I will say that cruiserweight match really surprised me, man. That was really good. The pre-show match, I enjoyed that. That was some really good wrestling right there at the beginning.
Yeah, it really was, man. It really was. Like I said, they kicked it off with just a truly phenomenal match. And when we was watching that, actually, I looked over to my son. And I said, "Hey, it's going to be top. It's going to be tough for the rest of the guys on the card tonight to top this action right here in this match, man."
Yeah, I'll tell you, I love watching good technical wrestling like that, and it was really good technical wrestling. I always enjoy that. Let me just say this about the cage match, man, what Clyde had just touched on. I love a good finish like that, and I got to say, man, I've never seen a finish like that in a cage match. I cannot think, when I think of a cage match, I think of Saturday Night's Main Event when Orndorff and Hogan both come down at the same time, and they had to do the camera angle to see whose foot hit first, and I've seen things like that, but I've never seen anybody completely dive over an individual. I just thought that was kind of genius, man. So that was really cool in that match.
That was pretty cool. And Clyde, I know you're a huge Kofi fan, and really Kofi sacrificed his body for that one, just like a true athlete in any sport. I mean, he took a pretty hard spill there. That had to hurt coming out of that ring like that. And Clyde, did you enjoy the finish to that one as well?
Oh, I loved it, man. I am with Kofi. He's one of my favorite guys of all time, man. Some of the things that he does, and has done in the past, especially some of the Royal Rumbles are just so creative, man. I almost wonder if that's him coming up with that, or if it's the writing team or whoever. It's really good stuff. And congratulations also to Drew Gulak. My wife's a huge fan of him, man, for getting that cruiserweight title finally.
Yeah, finally, dude. And if I would have had to have picked between the three, I would have thought that either Nice would have retained or that Tozawa would have won. But I had Gulak third on the list, bro. I was kind of shocked the way that one ended, to be honest with you. And I don't know if you guys seen the news here or not, but Jinder Mahal evidently just re-signed a new 5-year contract with WWE, and I guess this is fresh off the heels of Vince is just kind of awarding him like Oprah was on that show. You get a new car, you get a new car. She's like, you get a 5-year deal, you get a 5-year deal. And Mike Britt, what do you think about Jinder? And do you think WWE's smart to lock this guy down for another 5 years?
Well, I think they are, because like a lot of other wrestlers that WWE has, I just feel like the roster is too deep, and I feel like a lot of these guys don't get the TV time that they deserve. And even Jinder, man, when Jinder become that heel and he come back out buff and cut and put on more poundage and muscle, man, I got to tell you, the guy made a tremendous heel. He reminded me something off Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that. Temple of Doom. He just had that look, that sinister look. And I don't know, man. It's kind of got to make you wonder: are they giving these guys 5-year contracts because they really actually want to do something, or are they giving these guys contracts because they're afraid to lose them to competition? So it just kind of makes you wonder, because some of the people that they're signing, they're still not doing anything with.
Absolutely. And Clive, what do you think about that? Do you think that WWE is just signing these guys because they truly want them, or do you think they're signing them to keep them out of the hands of the competition, brother?
I think they're a little worried, especially for AEW. Not just them. There's all kinds of other independent wrestling shows, New Japan, this and that. I think a little bit of it is they don't want guys to leave. Maybe Vince will sign that wrestling podcast to a 5-year deal, brother.
Uh-oh. What do you think, Mike? Is there any chance that Vince signs this show in the future?
Well, I'll tell you what, if Vince signed us for 5 years, I wouldn't go nowhere, baby. I'd be quitting my real full-time job.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I wouldn't mind punching a WWE time clock every day for half a decade. That sounds like fun to me, Joe.
Oh yeah. Vince, if you're listening, we're exclusive to you, baby. Wrestling podcast.
Yeah, help us out, bro. Help us out.
That's right. Just throw us a bone. We don't even need a 5-year deal, really, and we'll work for low 6 figures. We're not really that picky,
Yeah, not at all.
I'm gonna need an action figure deal, bro.
All right, and speaking of the deal, guys, we're starting to know the deal here for this, Extreme Rules. I mean, the machine does not stop a churning for WWE, and we're already marching towards the Extreme Rules. And as of right now, it's looking like we're going to see like I guess you call this an intergender match between. It's going to be Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans, is what's shaping up. And Clyde, what's your thoughts on that match?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I find myself in an unusual position. I'm actually going to be pulling for Baron on that. I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch, not so much Seth, and Lacey Evans has grown on me a lot. She reminds me of some of the people I know personally in my family, so I would like to see some new faces with titles, man. And so I'm going with Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. I
just like the stipulation to the match. I'm really looking forward to just kind of seeing just something a little different. And Mike, your thoughts on this one, brother?
I think it's pretty cool, man. I've been reading where some fans didn't like that they were advertising their relationship out on WWE TV, but with the internet and telephones and everything today, you might as well just go ahead and embrace it. So I kind of liked it, and to me, Becky got a bigger part. She gets a bigger part than Seth does, man. She comes out, and I was just watching it, but man, she's a bigger star than Seth is.
Yeah,
people just going crazy, But hey, I like Lacey, man. I like Lacey, and it'll be pretty good. I'm actually starting to old Baron's starting to grow on me a little bit, believe it or not. So I think it'll be a pretty cool match, man. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this.
I think so too, brother, and well said there, Mike. And are you actually saying that Becky is the man in this relationship?
I'm saying Becky wears the pants in this relationship. That's what I'm saying, sir.
Clyde, your thoughts? Who drives on road trips? Clyde, shoot now.
I'll second what Mr. Britt said there, man. She's wearing the pants. When she comes out, business goes up, brother.
So when they're on a road trip, you're saying Becky's driving?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's probably driving, brother.
All right, guys. Before we piss off both men there, let's move along to the other match here. What do you guys think about this? And I don't know if this is necessarily locked in or not, but we got Roman Reigns and The Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre and Shane McMahon. Is that official? Mike Britt.
I don't know if it's official or not. I've been seeing a little bit here and there on social media and things like that. Evidently, it's got to be, where there's, what's the old saying, where there's smoke, there's a fire. And I guess where there's fog and a bell, there's an Undertaker. So, so I don't know, man. I think it's kind of cool, man. I think this has more to do, in my opinion, I think this has more to do with the kind of redeeming itself from the Goldberg match. Me personally, I might be wrong, but I just think that they want to redeem Taker a little bit from that match, and maybe even possibly continue giving a rub to Roman. So I think it's pretty cool. I mean, anytime I get a chance to see Undertaker in the ring, man, I'm down.
I agree, brother. I know that Taker's so close with Vince. I don't see any way in hell the WWE lets Taker walk away on that note with that match against Goldberg. Now I know Goldberg's relationship has been a little more touch and go with Vince, but Taker, no way in hell he walks away on that kind of note, brother. And your thoughts on this one, Clyde? If this match ends up taking place, brother, would you be looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah. First, I got to say, beautiful wordplay, Mr. Mike Britt. I love it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's the smarter way to book Undertaker, too, because in a tag, he gets a chance to breathe a little. I know he's older. I know he's in great shape, but age is age. That little bit of break, could help the match go a lot better, I think.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I think all around, good thoughts from both you gentlemen, and I think all around this would be a good move for WWE to go ahead and put Taker back in a tag match. If they're wanting to have him out there that bad, why not team him up with some younger guys that can actually go a little bit? You know what I mean, guys? And speaking of people that can go, we're going to have Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe, and after this feud with Dolph, I can't lie, I'm really not looking forward to this one personally. I don't know why, it's just not doing a lot for me. Mike Britt, your thoughts on this one, brother?
Well, I'm a fan of Joe. I'm a fan of his intensity. I've always enjoyed watching Joe in the ring. He's very intense. I like his style. But no, I don't see him beating Kofi. I mean, it's to me, I don't know. It's just taking up room a little bit. just to see where they really want to move Kofi, I think. So I don't see Samoa Joe winning. I don't know where they're going from here.
I think it presents the one spot on the card where they could have Brock cash in as well, too, possibly,
Well, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, and that's a cool little angle they're working there with Brock. I think that's really good. I think that's one of the better things they've done with Brock in a while.
And Clyde, I know you're looking forward to this one, brother, so go ahead, spew away. Let me hear your thoughts. Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. Tell me how long it takes for Samoa Joe to find trouble in paradise, per se.
I think by the time we get to this match, I think Dolph Ziggler's going to get in this match somehow. Because as you've seen what he's been saying, he's not done with Kofi yet. So I could see this turn into a three-way, but even if it doesn't, I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice clash of styles, Kofi with the speed and the aerial, and then Samoa just ground and pound you. So it should be a good match. Could be even a show stiller, brother.
Yeah, it definitely could be, and I know that you didn't like the way this one ended the first time around between Alexa Bliss and Bayley, but it looks like we're gonna have a rematch here at Extreme Rules. And Mike Britt, do you think there's any chance Alexa walks away with the belt this time?
God, you know what? I'm a huge Alexa. I love Alexa Bliss. I really do. She's hard. She's a very lovable person. It's hard not to like her, and I'm glad she's back. But man, I'm really starting to get on the Bayley train, man. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Bayley keeps it this time. I don't think she's gonna drop it yet.
I knew Mike was a hugger at heart, and go ahead, Clyde. Tell us how long it's gonna take Alexa to win this match, brother.
Unfortunately, man, I'm just like Mike. I love Alexa. I was a big fan of Bayley too. I just don't see Alexa doing it. I think Nikki Cross might mess it up somehow, and I think that's where she's going to be heading in the future, maybe a feud with Nikki Cross.
Clyde, I appreciate you actually just speaking like from an unbiased point of view for once, because I know usually you just be like, Alexa's going to win. She should have had the damn belt yesterday. I don't know what the hell's going on. So I appreciate that from you, brother. And yeah, I'm going to agree, guys. I think Bayley retains here. I think she holds on. I think there's a little more burn left in this run for her, and they can keep kind of playing up this Nikki Cross angle. And it wouldn't be crazy if she ended up actually, taking the title off Bayley before Alexa.
It kind of reminds me of the Mickie James and Trish storyline I had a while back. Years ago. That's what it kind of reminds me of a little bit. How she idolizes Alexa and Nikki does, and so I don't know. That's just pretty cool, man. That'd be a cool little angle.
Yeah, speaking of cool, guys, this has been a cool little segment, but our back's against the wall. We got to hop out and take a quick break. Clyde, can you join us for segment number 2 to play a little bit of random wrestling knowledge, brother?
I got you, baby. I'll do it. I'm ready.
Mike Britt, can we expect you back in segment number 2?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after this. You think that your man cave has it all. The memorabilia, the pool table, the bar, the bowling alley. But you're still running to the bathroom during the game's critical moments. Not anymore. Introducing the Poop Chute. Our patented carbon fiber technology is the same stuff used on the space shuttle to safely remove human waste. Simply attach the Poop Chute to the nearest couch or ottoman, run the 40-foot of free hose to the nearest toilet, and let it rip. These homemade inventions seem like good ideas until you get poop on your hands. Just try the Poop Chute. For only 9 easy payments of $49.99, you will never miss the game-winning touchdown again. Just call 1-800-635-POOP. Operators are standing by. The Poop Chute. It's a home run. Hello, I'm Richard, but you can call me Dick. And I'm going to talk about something today that not a lot of men really like to talk about. But sometimes after a long day in the saddle, I get a little itching in my nether region. And that's why I got with my friend Peter here and created a wonderful product. You tell him about it, Peter.
Well, my name's Peter. I'll tell you, you got an itch and you giddy up. There ain't nothing better for that itch than Texas Ball Cream.
That's right, it's Texas Ball Cream. You can pick us up at all your local retailers. Just ask the pharmacist for Texas Ball Cream.
Yeet! This is Ray Fury representing Revo Pro Wrestling, and you are listening to That Wrestling Podcast. Yeet!
Welcome back. Segment number 2. Man, what a segment we have lined up for you guys. Gonna play a little bit of random wrestling knowledge, but first, before we do, gentlemen, I want to hop into this real quick. One quick topic. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but the other night, Ricochet won the United States Championship last Sunday, which was not surprising to me in the least because I'm from Kentucky and I know what people from Kentucky are made of. But aside from that, gentlemen, I don't know if you guys seen AJ Styles and Anderson Gallows kind of interrupted his photo session after that. And Mike Britt, do you have any thoughts on that, brother? Are they going to reunite the Bullet Club in WWE and talk about generating some ratings? I think it'd be a good idea.
I think it would too, man. I think it's something that they did at first when they put the three guys together. But yeah, man, I think it kind of plays on the whole indie scene a little bit. That was the Bullet Club was such a big deal. Still is a big deal, but it's such a big deal on the indie scene. And yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see where they go with that, man.
Yeah, I love to see that they're teasing that, man. And, like you said, it'll be interesting to see where they go with it. And WWE's always known to change their mind. Well, I guess we should say Vince is always known to change his mind in the drop of a hat. But, Clyde, what do you think about what they've been teasing the last, week or so? Do you think it has any legs, brother?
Oh, yeah, I'm digging it, man. That was the most amount of airtime I've seen Gallows and Anderson have in a while. So I guarantee you something's brewing, man. That airtime, it's not cheap. And, I know they can't call them the Bullet Club, but when you see them together, that's what it is, and it's already a proven commodity, so why not throw it on there, bud?
Yeah, absolutely. They can't use the name Bullet Club, but they'll find something catchy and close enough to it to where what they're, what they're getting at, and of course the crowd will know what it is instantly. I just think it would get a big pop from fans, and at least for a few weeks it would increase ratings. Why not have a faction, and why not create another faction? Just have them travel from show to show and kind of face off with each other. It don't have to be the whole roster on each faction, but I just think it would just add something interesting to the storylines. And Mike, do you think they need a few more factions in WWE right now?
I was just going to say, yeah, man. Two things I think that's greatly missing in wrestling in general, especially WWE, is managers and factions. Of course, you don't want to have 20 factions, but yeah, it's cool to have some factions. You had your DX, you had your NWO, the Clique, these different guys, and yeah, I love factions, man. I think it'd be something great to see in WWE, and I'm all down with it, man.
Down with it. Speaking of down with it, gentlemen, I hope both you gentlemen are down with this next segment. We like to call this one Random Wrestling Knowledge with Clyde. Audience, feel free to play along at home. Every single day we ask Clyde and Mike Britt 3 random wrestling related questions, and they're literally coming from out of nowhere. So without further ado, gentlemen, you want to hop into today's segment?
Let's do it. Good, brother.
How do you guys want to decide who goes first? Clyde, do you have any thoughts?
I'll let Mike decide since he put the boots to me last time we competed.
Oh boy, he's got a little revenge on him, baby.
So do you want to go first, Mike?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Or you can decide, actually. It's up to you. Champion's choice. I apologize.
Yeah, man, let's shoot. Let's do it.
All right, he wants to go first, Clyde. Here we go. All right, question number 1. Here we go, folks. Feel free to play along home. Question number 1. Here we go. How many different WWE championships did Bam Bam Bigelow win throughout the course of his career in WWE? How many championships did he win? Just need a number.
I'm gonna say 3.
Mr. Producer Man, show me 3. You guys want to hear something crazy? Clyde, you can steal this question if you like, brother. Do you want to steal?
Yeah, 0. He never won one, brother.
You say 0, and I apologize there. This music. There we go! I was going to say that I accidentally queued up the Sonic the Hedgehog music there for a moment. Yeah, he didn't win anything.
Thing, brother.
And you know what's crazy? I was looking up and down the list of what Bam Bam had done in WWE, and of course he wrestled there on and off for years. But the only thing he ever really been honored with was a Slammy Award for the best head one time or something like that. Mike, what do you think about that? Do you think Bam Bam deserves he deserves a little bit more recognition than that, doesn't he, brother?
I think so, man. I'm just sitting here thinking, and honestly and truly, I was trying to visualize him holding the belt, and I couldn't think of it, but just being such a, I hate to throw the word out, icon there, because Sting is truly an icon. But yeah, he's such a legend in wrestling. I just was for sure that he held a tag team belt or a European or something like that. So that is quite a surprise, man. It's amazing the wrestlers, the legends sometimes, and you look back and they never was a world champion. Or or they never held a significant title.
Yeah, especially during the Hogan era, brother. There was so many.
Yeah, there's so many of them. Well, there's a good reason for that too. But.
You guys ready for question number 2? Mike, it's your question again, brother. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Here we go, brother. Here we go. Who had the longest reign with the WCW World Tag Team Championships? Who had the longest reign with those?
Okay, well, I immediately want to say the Road Warriors, but let me think for a second. The longest reign, I'm gonna say the Steiner Brothers.
Mr. Producer Man, show me the Steiner Brothers.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm sorry, brother. Clyde, do you want to steal?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Outsiders, Hall and Nash.
Mr. Producer Man, show me the Outsiders, Hall and Nash.
Santa Maria.
Man, that's okay, gentlemen. Just so you know, I would not have got either one of these correct without the help of my good friend Wikipedia. Just so you know, and the answer to that one is it was Doom, Butch Reed, and Ron Simmons. They had him for 282 days.
Nice
282 days. All right, let's move on, gentlemen. This is going to be, I guess we're going back to Mike again because Clyde attempted to steal and failed. So, Mike, your question, brother. Here we go. Who won the first ever Royal Rumble in 1988 in Ontario, Mike? Who won it?
The first Royal Rumble. Wow, I should definitely know this. I believe it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Mr. Producer Man, show me Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yes. Yes. Ho! And to get off topic real quick, guys, wasn't that too cool when Jeff did the Hacksaw Ho with us on the interview?
Perfect timing. Yeah, that was awesome, man.
You couldn't have wrote that.
No, you couldn't have wrote that. I think Mike was the one that stepped down the ledge and did the Ho first. And, man, we all just followed right along. It was great.
Gotta get your hose in whenever Hacksaw's involved, brother.
That's right, baby.
All right, so it's 1-1. We're moving along here. Clyde, it's your question. Here we go, brother. Bam Bam Bigelow held the IWGP Tag Team Championship one time. Do you know who his partner was?
Ooh, man. I'm gonna go with Shane Douglas. That's my final answer.
Mr. Producer Man, and he pardoned me, sir. The producer was not ready, but he is now. Show me Shane Douglas. No.
Santa Maria.
Mike, do you want to steal, sir? If you don't want to steal, you can just defer and we can ask you a fresh question. It's up to you.
Give me a fresh question.
I don't blame you, brother. All right, so the answer to that one is actually somebody that both of you gentlemen know, and I definitely idolize this guy, Big Van Vader.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'll take the question.
Okay, here we go, Mike. You want the question? Bam Bam Bigelow held the IWGP Tag Team Championships at one time.
I'm gonna say Vader.
Mr. Producer. All right, here we go. Fresh question, Mike. Here we go. Who was the oldest person to hold the WCW World Tag Team Championship belt? Who was the oldest person to do that?
The oldest person to hold the WCW Tag Team belt. Wow. I'm gonna say, and I'm just taking a stab. I'm gonna say it's probably wrong. I'm gonna say Ole Anderson.
Mr. Producer Man, show me Ole Anderson. Oh. Clyde, do you want to steal?
I'll take a first question.
All right, first question. Here we go, gentlemen. Clyde, if you get this one right, you win. If you miss it, we're going to go to the tiebreaker for today. Okay, so here we go. It's a lot of pressures on you here. Who won the second Royal Rumble in 1989 in Houston, Texas? Who won that, Clyde?
Let's see. I'm going to say the second Royal Rumble. Let's see. Oh, man.
All right, Clyde, come on, brother.
Trying to think here.
He's trying to get his phone on, Dave.
I don't blame. Take your time, Clyde. It's okay. I just want to let you
Big
guys
John
know.
Studd.
This is sponsored. Who is it?
Big John Studd.
Mr. Producer Man, show me Big John Studd. Clyde, congratulations today. What you Googling?
No, I was actually trying to remember, man. I actually watched all those shows.
I'm going to believe you, brother, because I smelt the smoke from over here. I appreciate the fact that you had the gears a churning in your brain. And thanks for playing that segment today, Clyde. Congratulations, brother. And Mike Britt, you got any closing thoughts on random wrestling knowledge?
No, man, that was a lot of fun. I love when all three of us get on here and chime in together. So that was a lot of fun. Clyde is the champion, baby. That was a good one. Even if you pass that one to me, I wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know which one of you gentlemen are going to be back for segment 3 with me, but do you got any closing thoughts today, Clyde?
Oh, not really, man, other than to say, as always, it's an honor and a privilege to be on here with you guys and talk about something we all love, pro wrestling.
Absolutely. I just totally enjoy our time together here, gentlemen. Could not say it better myself there, Clyde and Mike. And Mike, you got any closing thoughts today, brother?
No, I just want to say, man, it's been a real a good time being on the podcast tonight. It's been a really great week. I want to do a little plug for that wrestling group. It has been growing leaps and bounds. Last week, we're very proud of it. We're having a good time. So you can find us on Facebook at that wrestling group. And also, once again, it's Mr. Jeff Camp, if he's listening. We would like to thank you again, sir, for coming on. We thought it was a phenomenal show, and we'll hopefully can do a part 2 on down the road.
Absolutely, man. I could not wait to do a part 2. And like you said, Mike, that was just a special moment for us, special moment for the show. And he really did a good job of telling the story of his life, and we are so truly appreciative that he decided to share that with us. So thanks again, Jeff, from the bottom of our heart. And thank you to both you gentlemen for playing Random Wrestling Knowledge with Clyde here in this segment, because I would have been 0 for 6, and you guys kicked some butt. Audience, we'll be right back after this. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. And look at this, the producer is not ready. There he is. We'll be right back, folks.
Coming Tuesdays to That Wrestling Podcast Network, a family that will push you over the edge.
Damn it, Jezebel, where's my dinner?
The good times.
God bless you, Larry Flint.
The madness.
Damn it, Jezebel, I said 2 cans of Grizzly Mint.
The personal moments.
Damn it, can I get some privacy?
Johnny Wildfire and Jezebel Wildfire are the Wildfires.
Somebody call the damn police.
The following is a paid advertisement for Squirrel Treatment Centers of America. That Wrestling Podcast is not responsible for any products in this ad.
Do you suffer from ACE, also known as atypical constant ejaculation? Well, you are not alone. And now, thanks to the Squirrel Treatment Center of America's patented new Semenese technology, you can get your problem taken care of. It's a series of 3 invasive laser-guided injections that'll have you up and running in no time. That's the Squirrel Treatment Centers of America. Not only am I a spokesman, but I'm a client.
Welcome back. Segment number 3. Man, what a show it's been so far. Now we're back with Mr. Nevlin all the way from Puerto Rico and Mike Britt to talk a little more wrestling, baby. How you doing, Nevlin?
I'm doing fine. Well, I'm doing better, man. I've been doing great these past few days. Feeling great, man. And yeah, let's hop into it, man.
Rocking and rolling, baby. Glad to have you back with us after a little bit of a health scare there a few weeks ago. And Mike Britt, you ready to talk a little more wrestling, baby?
Absolutely, man. I'm ready, man. Glad my boy is feeling better, and he's on here talking a little wrestling. The Puerto Rican Dream, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Good thing you guys ain't playing Random Wrestling Knowledge, because this will be a segment where we just bring everybody together here. We're going to bring everybody together. We're going to talk a little bit of wrestling conspiracies and talk a little bit about some underpaid WWE stars. But first of all, let's hop into these, guys. Here's what I want to know. This is just some conspiracies. You don't know if these are true or not. These are just tales, through the grapevine, I guess, over the years from WWE. But let's talk about this, gentlemen. Wrestling conspiracies. It's a rumor that, the WWE Hardcore Championship was actually made out of a belt. Here it is. Here. When feuding with Hulk Hogan, Mr. Perfect once used a hammer to destroy the WWE Championship during an episode of Saturday Night's Main Event. The story goes that the company held on to the destroyed championship, and that belt was eventually made into the original Hardcore Championship that was first presented to Mick Foley. And Nevlin, what's your thoughts about that, brother? Is that the same belt?
That you're saying, I'm sorry, I had a little trouble hearing. You're saying the belt Mr. Perfect destroyed once?
With the hammer, yeah. They're saying that's the belt that WWE held on to for all those years and actually later turned into the Hardcore Championship, that actual belt. And what do you think, Neville? Is that the same belt, brother?
Well, it looks like it, but I don't know if they like saved it, but who knows, man? WWE is strange sometimes, so it might be, because it looks like it. I mean, Mr. Perfect did destroy it with the hammer and left it just like that.
Yeah, you never know. And Mike Britt, is that the same belt that Mr. Perfect destroyed with the hammer?
Man, I don't know if it is or not, but I hope it is, because that's a great story. I'm going to say I'd like to believe it is, because I like the story.
Yeah, I like the story too, brother. I like the story too. Just a cool little, there's all kinds of, some of these conspiracies are bigger than others, but we're going to keep it rolling here, gentlemen. So, I've got another conspiracy for you guys. Here we go. Shawn Michaels one time claimed that he lost his smile, guys, here. Shawn Michaels was not always a great Christian man that he is these days. His reputation at the time is why this conspiracy theory is that Shawn Michaels faked a knee injury in 1997 so he wouldn't have to drop the belt to Bret Hart at WrestleMania. And, what do you think? Did he fake the knee injury back then, Neville?
Hey, Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler. Everybody, you guys know this. My top two favorite wrestlers are Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels. And to be honest, I believe so, because I believe he didn't want. I think what he thought in his mind is that Bret Hart never wanted to put him over, the way.
Do you think there's any truth to the fact that his personal life was such a mess that he had to kind of fake that injury to take some time away to get his life together? Do you think there's any truth in that?
Yeah, man, there's a lot of truth in that. He speaks it himself, man. He's been through, we heard about his problems with addictions and stuff. But I think during that time what had happened was, remember there was a story where he got into a fight in a bar somewhere?
Yes, yeah,
I got jumped or
by
something.
a couple Marines or something like that. And Mike Britt, what do you think about Shawn Michaels? The whole 1997 Shawn Michaels thing. Was there more to the story behind the scenes, brother?
I believe he did it, man. I really do. So he's very transparent now. He's very honest about where he was at that time, and I think he was probably trying to hold on to the spot. He was probably a little selfish, also. So. I know Sean's a different band now, and that's kudos to him, man. That's always a good thing to hear. But, yeah, I'm going to say that he probably was guilty of that. I would say he probably faked it.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. And, I'm going to agree with you guys. I think so, too, just because of, like you said, he's so transparent with what happened with his life, back then and the troubles that he was having. And, yeah, I could see that one happening, guys. And one last conspiracy theory for the night, gentlemen, I want to touch on with you guys. One last one. And I appreciate you guys joining us for this conspiracy theory segment here. Here we go. All right, here's another conspiracy theory right here, gentlemen. A recent WWE conspiracy theory involves the leader of the Yes movement. I guess it's the No movement now, but some fans believe that the WWE was preventing Daniel Bryan from returning to the ring in 2016 because the company did not want Bryan to negatively impact the push of Roman Reigns. And I don't know. What do you think about that, Neville? Do you think that the WWE and their doctors kind of held Bryan out? Do you think they was a little too cautious with him? I guess just to say. What do you think, Neville?
Well, man, I that's the first time I hear that, but you know what? I believe it to be true, man. I believe it to be true because we've seen how WWE is. Daniel Bryan was the top favorite guy of everybody, and they tried, how Vince is, he likes pushing whoever he wants to. So I guess he wanted Roman Reigns, and probably they were like, no, you're not telling Daniel Bryan, no, you're not ready, we don't want you to get hurt and all that. And that's why Daniel Bryan decided to go to different doctors on his own.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Get different opinions.
That makes perfect sense. And Mike Britt, what do you think about all the, the various conspiracy theories surrounding Daniel Bryan?
Well, I know they want to give Roman a push. I would just I don't know. I kind of believe different. Maybe they weren't just trying to be cautious about it. Because to me, Daniel Bryan, he's money, man. And a big comeback like that ain't nothing but money. Merchandise and the buzz. I was there when he made his, WrestleMania 34 when he come out, man, and showed the whole video package of the Yes Movement and everything like that. So, WWE, man, they've had problems with wrestlers in the past. It's put lawsuits against them and everything else. But Vince is all about the money. I do believe they wanted to push Roman, but I personally don't think they would have held Daniel Bryan back.
Well said, brother.
Who knows?
I'm going to say false on this one too, guys. That's my guess. Just because, like you said, why would they? Daniel Bryan's money, baby. He's money in the bank, baby. And why would you keep that guy on the sidelines? It's like you got LeBron on your roster. You're not going to put that guy on the bench when you're in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You want that guy on the court, baby. So, yeah, I totally agree, man. I don't see any point in them, trying to bury him like that.
Yeah, but let me get a word in. It's what it is that what I said before is that it's always what Vince wants. So Vince wants Roman Reigns. So I guess him seeing the fans wanting Daniel Bryan, so I guess he tried to help them out. Like the same thing with CM Punk. Vince McMahon hated CM Punk. Like that was unexpected. He never knew CM Punk was gonna basically carry the company, because that's what he did during that year. So Daniel Bryan was doing the same thing, man.
He was, and the crowd, the crowd was so hot for Daniel Bryan, and I guess if anybody, we don't truly know how Vince is, but if anybody could be that vindictive, just from the stories that we know about, it could be Vince. And I guess we'll just leave it at that and move on, folks. But here's what I want to talk to you guys about before we hop out for the day, is some of, you can't really I can't find any current information on what WWE stars are making, but for the year of 2018, I've got some of the, salaries for some of these guys pulled up, and I guess we've heard the rumors lately that Vince is going around like doubling people's salaries on the spot and offering people 5-year deals and doubling their contracts, and I can kind of see why. I want to talk about some of the salaries of some of these guys with you. In 2018, Randy Orton made $4.5 million. Mike Britt, overpaid, underpaid, or just right?
I'm gonna say underpaid, man. I mean, God knows if you gave me that kind of money, that would be wonderful. But yeah, I'm gonna say underpaid, man. I mean, these guys are on television. They're working so many days a year. They're away from their families. They're taking a risk with their bodies. They don't have a 401k. They don't have health insurance. And the kind of money that WWE is knocking down. Come on, man.
Yeah, billions of dollars.
Yeah, look at the basketball players and other athletes, football players that are knocking down all these digits, man. And they always brag about their ratings were better than Monday Night Football. And okay, man, take care of your superstars.
Absolutely. What do you think, Nevlin? Like you said, you got some of the top stars in the NFL and NBA make upwards of $30 million per season. Randy Orton, WWE superstar, $4.5 million in 2018. But he also has a stipulation in his contract where he gets free travel. I don't know how much that saves him, but quite a bit, I would assume. But $4.5 million, underpaid or overpaid, Neville?
I say as well, underpaid, man. Randy Orton has been a top superstar for over 10 years in WWE, man. So, Randy Orton is the top star. Anywhere he goes, everybody recognizes him. So, it's kind of like one of the top superstars. So how you gonna? I say underpaid, man, because Randy Orton has always been money to me. Like, he's great. Yeah, I love Randy.
Definitely, brother. I'm going to say underpaid there, too. Randy Orton's a huge star. And then when I see his contract, $4.5 million per year, it's decent money. That's good money. Any of us would be happy to make that. We're not complaining, but we're just saying for the work that they do and the amount of money that they generate, they should be making more money. But this is just shocking right here, guys. Jimmy and Jey Uso, in 2018, they both made $250,000 apiece. Mike Britt, underpaid, overpaid, or just right?
I'm sorry. Who were the two that you said?
The Usos each made $250,000 apiece in 2018, and I know they just re-signed recently, and hopefully the new deal's for more than this, brother. But what do you think? Underpaid, overpaid, or just right? $250,000 per year for the Usos.
You know what? That's some homegrown talent right here in the Gulf Coast. So I'm gonna have to definitely say underpaid, baby.
Yeah, underpaid, man. Wow, $250,000. I mean, goodness gracious.
I mean, come on. They're not in NXT. Come on.
Nevlin, your thoughts, brother? Underpaid, overpaid, or just right? The Usos. Get them both for $500,000 a year total.
Usos definitely underpaid, man. That, to me, in my opinion, the Usos are the best tag team in the WWE has right now, or at least one of them. one of the top ones. If you pick at least top 5 tag teams, they're gonna be at least number 1 or 2.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? Speaking of tag teams, here's another tag team performer I want to talk about with you guys real quick. Mike Britt. Xavier Woods made $350,000 in 2018 from the WWE. Underpaid, overpaid, or just right, brother?
I'm going to say most definitely underpaid. And I don't know if these guys are getting anything for the merchandise or not, but if they do, then maybe it would equal out a little bit, because they got everything from cereal to T-shirts and action figures and everything else. Studios and pancakes and you name it. But, man, them guys, they have just been like, I don't want to use the word dominating, but, man, they have been so entertaining and so on top. And look, one of their own is even the world champion right now, so definitely got to go with underpaid, man.
Underpaid, absolutely. And, yeah, I'm right there with you on that one. Neville, your thoughts on Xavier Woods only making $350,000 in 2018 from WWE?
I gotta agree with everything Mike Britt says, man. The new thing is fire to the WWE universe, man. And look, one of them is world heavyweight champion, man. So underpaid, definitely.
Yeah,
and Xavier is a good wrestler, man. He's even underused, in my opinion.
Yeah,
most definitely. Brother. Yeah, most definitely. He's fire in the ring, man.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a guy that really does, you know, I guess what do you call him, like a 5-tool athlete or whatever. I mean, Xavier Woods can really do it all. I mean, from his mic work to his ring work to everything. And speaking of another guy who can pretty much do it all, especially make an entrance, Shinsuke Nakamura's base salary in 2018, $400,000. Mike Britt, underpaid, overpaid, or just right?
Once again, man, I hate to say about every single guy you bring up, but I'm going to say underpaid, man.
That's just crazy, man. Underpaid. That's why I brought up Randy Orton first, just to kind of show the glaring, you know, even though everybody thinks Randy Orton is underpaid at $4.5 million per year, and it just seems like, goodness gracious, these other guys are working, you know, and I hate to say that, but almost seems like for chump change. And I sure hope that that the Usos' new deals for more than $250K per year each, because, wow, talk about two guys that's on TV every weekend that really gives it their all and puts their bodies on the line. I mean, that's just crazy. And
they give it their all, man.
Yeah, they do,
the
brother.
Usos, they do.
Well, what do you think about this one, real quick, Neville? This will be the last guy of the night. Kofi Kingston made $500,000 2018 from WWE. Underpaid, overpaid, or just right, Neville? Kofi Kingston, $500,000.
Definitely underpaid. Kofi Kingston, he's always been phenomenal, man. And look, he became WWE champion in 2019. So hopefully now they'll give him you know. Now they'll give him a raise or something.
Yeah, let's bump that salary up a little bit. I guess the overwhelming sentiment from this segment is that WWE needs to step up the pay for their stars, because I don't know if you've heard some of the numbers being thrown around by AEW, but they're offering $5+ million per year to a lot of these guys, and the big names, and offering them a light limited workload and stuff like that. And Mike Britt, you got any closing thoughts on this segment, brother?
No, I don't. But when we were sitting here talking about it, man, the one thing that was definitely coming to my head, you talking about people like Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston and things like that, and how these guys work all the time. I'm just sitting here thinking about a guy like Brock Lesnar. Is he I know he's a huge draw, but I mean, is he worth that much more than Kofi or Randy? Or I mean, is he that big a deal? Maybe he is. I don't know. But I'm a Goldberg fan. But when you bring in a Goldberg or bring in one of these guys, a Dave Bautista, and I say with Dave Bautista, man, he's a movie star, so he might be a little bit different. But you bring these guys in, they make these big money paydays, and then you got these other guys out here that are grinding it out all year long, doing these house shows and. It just seems like it would bother a lot of these guys.
Yeah, it does, man. It seems like they're the ones truly with their company on their shoulders. It's almost like they're the train track, and then every once in a while, Brock Lesnar or Cena or Roman or somebody will ride down the track on their backs. The work that they've done. It just kind of seems that way to me. And you brought up Brock, brother. I went ahead and checked real quick. In 2018, Brock Lesnar made a smooth $10 million. He also makes $500,000 per main event appearance and $100,000 for merchandise sales. And you got any closing thoughts on this segment, Neville? What do you think about Mike Britt's thoughts there?
Hey, on point, man. Brock Lesnar, for me, WWE doesn't even need him. I think they probably, I guess he is a huge draw, and it's because he's Brock Lesnar, but come on, you got all these talented people out there. I think they even brought The Undertaker. I'm gonna bring this up. The Undertaker last Monday, and I think that just came out of nowhere because they don't know what to do. WWE's bet on that. And the thing is, what bothers me is that they got all this talent and they keep signing talent, but for what? You know, you're not doing nothing with them, dude.
Not doing much with it, absolutely, man. And but you know what we did today, guys? We did a lot with the time that we had. So thank you so much for joining us, to both of you gentlemen. And Mike Britt, do you have any closing thoughts, brother?
No, I just want to say, man, it's always a pleasure, and I enjoy doing this segment with Evan, my good friend. I'm glad you're feeling better, buddy. And that's about it, man. Always a good time talking wrestling, and I appreciate all the listeners out there. And if you would, just please like and subscribe to us. A lot of good things are coming up in the future.
Well said, brother. Neville, do you have any closing thoughts tonight, brother? Thank you so much for joining us also.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. You know, I always have a blast with you guys. I could go on hours if we ever do, man. And it's always great to be on here, man. Follow us everywhere. Y'all know our pages. We mention them everywhere. And subscribe to this channel, man. It's only going to get bigger and better all the time.
That's great. Man, yeah, big things coming in the future, folks. Check us out on the web, thatwrestlingpodcast.com. Always updated every day with the craziest, funkiest, freshest wrestling news from around the web. And if you like us, put us over. If you don't like us, let us know. We'll do a job for you on your show. That's the way we roll right here on That Wrestling Podcast. And having said that, we will catch you guys on the next one.
Ooh, yeah. And you can't teach that.
Neville, can I get a follow the reptiles?
Follow the reptiles, brother. Follow the reptiles.
Introducing the one and only Lock in a Sock. Don't be caught without Lock in a Sock when you need it. Lock in a Sock is fun for the whole family. Even Grandma loves Lock in a Sock. Don't be fooled by these cheap imitations. There is only one Lock in a Sock. For only 3 easy payments of $199.99, you can have your very own Lock in a Sock. But wait, there's more. Call in the next 10 minutes and receive free shipping. That's right, free shipping and processing. Just call 1-800-976-LOCK. Operators are standing by. Lock in a Sock.
This summer, one family.
Dad, this place is kind of creepy.
Son, get some rest. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Is about to see that things ain't always what they seem.
The legend is true. Can't believe it.
For thousands of years, they've been dormant, and now they must eat. Darnell Jackson and Haley Joel Osment star in this summer's blockbuster hit that you won't want to miss.
Okay, my keys. Where's my keys? Oh no. Oh no. Oh God.
Clowns in a House.